can you kick things off and tell me what you do, where you're located, kind of all the basic info we need to know?
Sure. So my name is Katie Ryan. I'm a director of human resources for a private manufacturing company in the Chicagoland area. I'm not originally from Chicago. I'm originally from Los Angeles. I'm a California native, somehow
Oh.
ended up here in Chicago.
Well, that's a big change from LA to Chicago, huh?
Yes, yes, I need
Yeah.
a winter coat out here.
Okay, so if you were to think back to before your work with Next Level to now, how
Mhm.
would you describe your style in one word, where you were and where you are now?
Um, I was reflecting on this question a little bit because you're right. I did start working with Next Level Wardrobe at the beginning of the year, and it forces me to think about where I was in 2023, which personally for me was a very challenging year. I had lost my paternal grandmother, and that resulted in a lot of shock and trauma in my family that rolled over onto me as well. And so the second half of 2023, I saw my health and mental health kind of take a decline. And so I was working real closely with all of my medical team to try to understand like what changes needed to happen. My skin was changing, my weight was going up and down, my moods were changing. I had to look into new medications. And all of that took a toll on me by the end of like October, November. I finally found a routine that worked for me, but it through through a battle and realizing you made it, but like now you kind of have to take care and rebuild again.
Yep.
So in the end of 2023, I had been working closely with a therapist to try to work through some challenges I was facing. And one of the goals that she and I had worked on was trying to identify activities or tasks that were only for me, not pleasing anybody else, not taking care of anybody else. What was probably like a deep image or need or want that I had wanted, and how do I make that happen? And trying to create a goal for that. And I wrote down in my journal, um, I want to know what it's like to have a fun wardrobe. And I kept
Mm.
thinking, I probably just need to get a few more pieces. I need it for work. And I kept getting into that mindset like, I something else. I need it for this presentation. I need it for other things instead of actually just kind of realize I wanted to feel good about my wardrobe. I wanted to feel like if my clothes at some point made me feel happy, why is it that it no longer reflected that in my closet?
Mm.
So I remember seeing the Instagram stories about your first live workshops, and I remember looking at my bucket list and thinking, maybe I'll get some ideas. So I I signed up for the workshops thinking I'll get some notes and maybe this will inspire me to take charge of my own wardrobe changes. And what actually ended up happening was that I got great tips and I didn't want to do the work on my own. I was like, this
Oh.
is great, but I do not have time to fit into my already packed agenda, taking care of work duties, trying to take care of my family, trying to have a healthy relationship, trying to take care of myself, and now try to figure out how to create and find style. To me, that seemed like a hurdle to get over.
Yeah.
And um, I kept thinking of other times when maybe I had gone to like, Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom's, and there were personal shoppers there who always wanted to help me. And I always felt so frustrated because of my sizes. I was always an in between. Like
Yeah.
I was too big to be like sizes 12 or 14, but I was too small to be plus size. And it would always leave me so frustrated that I really no longer found joy in trying to shop for myself or take care of myself that way.
Yeah.
So that's where I was before working
Yeah.
with you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing and I'm sorry to hear you went through so much last year, but you made it through. And I'm glad that you had a vision and you had your list of what you wanted to focus on for yourself and you made it a priority. And can you tell the audience, can you describe in one word how you feel about your style now post your work with Maggie?
I feel so happy with that wardrobe. Um, it's very fun and versatile, and especially for the role I have in my profession, which is where I spend so much of half of my days. I have to be ready to always be very polished and be ready to present as the leader I am in our organization. I'm talking with legal department, I'm talking with executive members, board members, stakeholders, to influence company decisions. And I never felt like I looked the part.
Mhm.
I had this vision that if I needed to look the part, I had to kind of fit in with all of the other men in the room. I'm like, I don't want to wear a boring blue suit or a boring gray suit. I
We want to
am
allow you
really,
to do that either. We want to allow you.
yes, yes, you have. I think my favorite go-to outfit now is an all blue outfit that has these great pops of details. And that is part of the fun process I had with Maggie, that she showed me, it's not just about the colors. Your style comes in through what speaks to you. Is it the texture? Is it these little details that matter? Is it how it all comes together? Um, so yes, all of that has contributed to just having a lot of fun and versatility in the outfits, that it can take me to that sharp executive level look. And it can also keep it a little bit more casual if I'm working with employees on the floor.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's so important too, because you don't want to have to change 50 times throughout the day. Like you want one
Yeah.
outfit you can put on, and maybe you throw on a layering piece or something, but you can dress it down, you can dress it up, and it's just easy for your day to day
Yeah.
lifestyle too. Can you
Yeah.
share with everyone? This was your first time working with a stylist, is that correct? Like a one-to-one stylist?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. What stood out to you about the service? Like when you reflect back on your time with Next Level Wardrobe, is there a specific moment or story that comes to mind where you felt really seen and understood?
Yes. Working with Maggie was really refreshing. She's very attuned to listening to what you're saying, but also picking up on body language. So I remember as starting off our trial sessions when I had all of this clothes in, had it organized, ready for our fit. And I had multiple pieces, and she's like, well, "What do you think? Give me your feedback." And I was almost responding, trying to please her. I'm like, "Yeah, it fits. It's good." And it wasn't until I tried on what I absolutely adored. I was like, "This is a total keep." It went in my keep pile.
Uh-huh.
After I started trying on us, and Maggie helped me realize the way your body lit up with that right piece, that's how you should be feeling with
Mhm.
all the other essential pieces you're going to have. She's
Yeah.
like, "So let's go back to the other pieces that you told me you thought you wanted. Now that you've
Yeah.
tried absolute key, what is it that's not making you want to say, yes, I love this piece?"
Yep.
And it was a guidance that nobody else was going to be able to give me. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure the super friendly stylist at Bloomingdale's is not really going to care about whether I love the piece or not. Maggie was really reassuring me throughout the whole process. If you don't love this piece, there's plenty of other clothes out there that we can try and find for you to compete to
Hmm.
this.
Yeah.
Um, that was a big thing. Um, I'd mentioned having trouble and experiencing a lot of weight changes for
Hmm.
myself.
Hmm.
I didn't realize a lot of the mental block I had about trying pieces on my own is that I was so stuck that I had to be a size 12, to be a size 14. Nothing wrong with me. It's the industry's problem.
Hmm.
And while some of that may be true, Maggie really helped me to kind of see a different frame. It's like it's not anybody's problem. Focus on what style vision you have, and size is just it's just a number thrown out there. You're going to want
Yep.
to find the right fit, and you will make it work for you if this is the style you want.
Yeah, that's amazing, especially because when we work with clients that are mid-size, plus size, they have such horrible experiences when they go out shopping and they don't feel seen and heard and listened to. And so the fact that Maggie could pick up on your body language and if you were into a piece or not into a piece and really help you shift those mindsets is awesome to hear. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. And then so a lot of people who follow Next Level Wardrobe, like you at one point, had never thought about working with a stylist or it's out of reach, it's not for me, all this stuff. What message do you have to say to them as someone who's now on the other side?
Um, this is a very personal want, and it's going to be based on where your level is at or how much of a need this is.
Mhm.
You think that all you need is something that fits in within your budget, that has already limited your priorities, and that's all you'll focus on. If you know that what you need is something that's going to give you the confidence to know that what you are portraying out there as your brand, as your image, and that's what you need help on, this is the style service you need. It's okay to admit that this is something you have trouble with, that you're not understanding, that you have your Pinterest board ready of your inspiration, but you don't know how to get there. I just had a Pinterest board because somebody told me I had to do it. But idea, like even if I do that on my own now, I had before NLW, I would have no idea how to start, how to deconstruct that image.
Yes.
That's what Next Level Wardrobe helped me understand. It connected me and it just kind of opened up my horizons that now I'm at this point where I'm like, I know what I need to buy. I'm not going to keep going out there buying things just to kind of fill a need. If it doesn't fit in my closet, it doesn't need to take up space or energy for me.
Amazing. It sounds like you've completely raised the standard and the bar for what's in your closet, how you feel in your clothes. It's just like a total holistic elevation of your style.
Definitely.